what I understand when you finish a conversation is to be connected and to keep it Torah.
No, I want to tell you.
Over here, some people
No, I
only keep it
disagree.
Torah,
By
over
the way,
here, they're only connected.
no, but I want to tell you something.
Find the middle.
No, I want to tell you something. I want to say two things. First of all, I have to leave soon. I'm going to get up at 7:20 and walk out. So I hope it's not disrespectful.
It's a little weird.
I know, I get myself confidence.
I don't go back. I don't go back much as I could.
Yeah, but I want to tell you something. Number one, the goal is to be connected. The Zohar says that the Torah is here to help us connect to God. So you got to remember that. Yes, the goal is to be connected to God. The Torah is here. You know, some people use God to worship the Torah. Some people use the Torah to worship God. Okay, which one is it?
Oh gosh.
Right? Torah is supposed to help us worship
That's
God.
nice, Bernie, I like that.
Right? Okay, that's step one. So what I'm saying about Israel is like this. Number one, see, it's hard for me because to repeat the previous conversation won't
We got the
have,
previous episode.
right, but I have so many good points.
Okay, to make them all
Right, we're gonna try.
elevator.
First, we have to understand the first point, that
AI
connection is
summarized.
important. First, we have to understand that connection is
Polish
important,
it.
right?
What connection?
To God.
Okay.
The
And what does connection to God mean?
okay, you know the story of the kid by Baal Shem Tov and Shipra? That blew the whistle? Yeah. What was happening there? What's the point of that story?
The kid was real.
It was real in what? In connection to God. And everyone else was religious and wasn't doing anything. They were doing religious stuff, wasn't getting them to the point. Right? So the
There's
point.
a twist on the
Yeah.
story. That Hashem liked the Sheminah, but he didn't like the act.
How do you know? Who said that?
How-
Nobody
how
said
do you-
that.
how do you know?
Nobody said that. That was never part of the story. Maybe it's something they added that. How do you know what God wanted?
Whoa,
But anyway, that's not the point.
Culture,
I
man.
did because where does that come from? Hashem didn't like that. Where's that come from? Yeah. Okay, anyway, the point is like this. You ever see a safe room, a padded room? What's a padded room?
Nope.
When a kid, when a kid needs to get something out of it, if he was in a hard room, he would hurt himself. Padded room lets him get it out in a safe way.
Only for children.
Okay.
That's not what the padded room is for.
That's not what they were used for back then. Now they use it for that.
That's what they used to tell you?
Absolutely not what it's for.
Anyway, the point
We
is,
should get one here when we start.
the point is,
We should get a padded room. and
listen, the point is that
This conversation is
are,
not.
are there a lot of people that are religious for the wrong reasons?
No.
Yes.
No.
Bill,
Why are you deciding that when they're religious for the
not
wrong?
talking-
They're religious because their father was religious.
I'm asking a
That's not the wrong
question.
reason. It's the
I'm
right
asking, are there people that are religious? That it says the Torah could be some Akaim, and the Torah could be some Amavis, right? It says that, I didn't say
What you're
that.
saying.
Yeah, but if
Now,
you're
are there
looking
people
for
that have the Torah
Take
as
an
some
example
Amavis?
that you use and try to make the conversation
Yes or no?
about like a word that
Even
you
if it's
chose.
just one
I'm
person.
gonna ask you, do you mean the same way the Crusades took Christianity in the wrong way?
I don't know how the
They,
Crusades took Christianity.
Meaning, can a Christian be a wrong Christian for the religious for the
and
wrong
argue
reason?
on
I
that.
don't know, I can't talk about Christianity, I can talk about Judaism.
When that's happening.
I don't know Christianity.
Rabbi goes into the Shade Yehudi.
Meaning,
hold
when
on.
we look at a Christian, we understand he's a Christian. We don't look at him to understand is he a Christian for the right reason or for the
No,
wrong
that's
reason.
why I'm not talking
Because-
about that.
Meaning,
I'm not
if
talking
the
about
Yid
that.
is a Yid,
No,
Yeah, what do you
no,
mean?
so
Who's
no,
that?
answer me
What
what
are you
some
telling
Amavis.
somebody's the wrong
What doesn't mean
reason?
that the Torah could be some Amavis?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why it's
Any
like
bars, no matter how many bars are good, you got a connection.
One second.
Liquid's good, Muncie's
I
good.
asked again, what does it
Where do
mean
you have to go
that the Torah is some Amavis? Answer that question.
I think what you said before,
Rabbi goes into the
that when you use it
Shade Yehudi.
to either worship, which one are you worshiping, and then do you feel it's there to help you,
No,
not
not
hurt you?
even. Stop being so mean to other people because they don't have the same values as you.
I'm not being mean.
No, it is. It's being mean.
One second, we'll get there. First, we have to be on the same page on this, if not, we can't move on.
When you get to that point, you just.
The
I didn't realize
Torah
how
we
big
just
of a people are.
learned, Mamish the Torah we're learning is a Shade Yehudai.
Don't mix, I'm asking you one simple question.
No, by the way, anytime you start a reasoning with the story, you're fucked.
Stop!
Bernie,
Answer the question.
Which means,
Is this that you're using it for your own self?
how are they misnagdim in the world? I mean, because they get the Torah from the dark side. From the negative energy side of the Torah. You just asked me how you get the Tzamamavis. And the
No, I
other
didn't
thing-
ask that. I asked, is
You
there
asked-
such a thing?
Of course, everything that has light has a dark side.
So stop.
There's
Stop
no
it.
doubt.
Why are we
There's
continuing?
no front
I'm
without
building,
back.
listen, Zisha, I'm building an argument, right?
Go for it.
So you have to stick with me.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you don't, you're not.
Is there such a thing?
You know, you're not gonna
Is
start
there
an
such a
argument.
thing?
Drawing energy from the
No,
dark side of
no,
Torah.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm being very clear. Is there such a thing that the Torah could be some for a person?
If you draw your energy from the dark side only.
Whatever, doesn't matter from where. Is there such a thing? That's all. You have to stop with that. Is there such a thing as someone is keeping the Torah and it's Samamusa?
Exactly what I keep answering.
It's a yes or no?
No, it's not.
Yes.
You're looking for a definite, overwhelming thing.
Assuming there's a negative
Yes,
side.
good, fine. Now, if a person needs to shed that
And keep it holy.
and heal,
And that's what they're doing.
If a
Right.
person needs to shed it,
yeah,
Myself,
Okay.
it's a good thing.
then
Regardless.
what I'm saying is that in Israel,
Now,
right, the land can hold you while you heal from that.
we don't like there, if we wanna be there, we want our thing.
I'm fine with that.
Until we're ready to have our thing, we're not gonna have it.
All right, hey, come on, go to learn now.
that was poetic.
People say I'm going.
Wait, America can't hold you?
Can I read this question?
It's not in the
He's talking
same
about
way.
two something people, let's say.
He's talking about for people that
It's gonna be a
have
nonsense
such
structure
intense
that's not gonna
trauma
last.
that in order for them to be connected, they feel they're still connected to the Torah of the Samamapas. They feel like they were passed on a Torah that was the dark side.
I can
That
relate to
was, wait, I mean, everybody can relate to what Bernie's saying. They feel like their rabbis taught them Torah from a place where it was connected to something that was not giving them a life force, to something that actually diminished them, and it was diminishing their light every single day. And they felt that that was the Torah that was passed on to them, and they need the process, to go through the process of shedding that Torah in order to learn a new Torah with light, in order to tap into something that's lifting to them. During that process, and it can take a year, it can take 2 generations, it could take 3 generations, it can be, we don't know how long that process takes of shedding that. And that negative Torah. And different people take different steps in order to do it. What Bernie's saying, during that time, the safest place to be, your safe room, is Eretz Yisrael.
Yeah, thank you for
I don't see,
understanding.
I don't see people.
Are you talking about like the gay community in Tel Aviv? Is that why there's so many gay people? Is that sound about? Is that Torah style?
No.
I'm saying when a person has to
I
go
don't see
through
a difference
the
that
process
some people in Israel
clear,
are getting
out.
better
Not
than
just
some people over here.
I was saying, is that somebody you
Always
said
people
inherits a
getting more
evil Torah?
connected.
You're right.
He's not saying that. What he's saying is,
How retention?
In the meantime,
what he's saying is, you know, like what we always
We didn't
say.
say this before.
Somebody asked the difference between reform, conservative.
like
You know,
that.
what are the differences, right?
I like being
I said reform takes a look at.
Supper is not supposed to be in Israel.
He said, this is not for us. And
Zionists.
rips out this page and rips out this chapter and throws
I like
this
that
book in the
conversation.
garbage.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
it's
for us.
every conversation here
Conservative
is
says, here's the Shulchan Aruch.
every conversation that gets
We're
the
not
gears
touching
going.
the Shulchan Aruch. I'm not up to it right now. It's not for me.
it's a goal.
I'm not touching
the
it.
rules?
They didn't change the rules. Reform changed the rules.
Right.
Conservative didn't change the
I
rules.
like
They
to
just
change the
said
rules.
the rules are the rules. This is a new world. This is a new 2025.
No,
It's
one
not
second.
for
Relax,
us.
relax.
But you know, you Orthodox guys, you do you, and you go do you. And then there's the traditionals that say we really very, very close to Judaism, but these couple of rules in America, driving on Shabbos and things, that's not for America. But everything else we keep, right? And then there's more and more versions of that as you go to the right? And every time that anybody walks onto a plane, he's either more from than you or less from than you. So he's either A fanatic?
Ronald Gray.
Is it David Ehrlich?
He's
The
either a fanatic.
conservatives,
Versus all.
Zisha.
Big truck.
Zisha.
No, you don't like
Zisha,
that.
the conservatives, David Ehrlich, haben sie dran.
My brother from Lakewood. My brother from Lakewood was by me for Shabbos.
You need a hug. You need a hug.
Even they're just like in the system, and the whole.
Anyway, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, thank you.
Have a great and awesome day, bro.
This is for me. And this is for
Okay, you doing some Torah?
He was actually the first person.
Just my sister. And it's assumed.
There's the kind of that a lot of people here created like kind of a goal.
I hear you. So we created it to Cyril over here.
We're attacking full
Yeah,
nations.
we're trying to, but it's.
What Bernie tries to prove is if you live there, it's automatic bring you better. I don't see that. He said,
It's a fascinating
but jetzt
Torah.
mit Freiliegen.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, no, please. Get in my grill. I love when you're in my grill. It was
Back to our conversation.
Seems like I'm gonna be the last to join the team. We're ready, deep. Tough touch, new Torah.
Story.
We have to do the thing before. Already was on the street.
That's cool.
We have to do it. Bernie, leave, Bernie. Bernie, it's 7:40.
Alright. Let's cast some shade.
The Gemara continues in Bechayres of the Sabbath Beituna, where the elders of Athens and Rabbi Yeshua ben Hanania had conversations, and they would ask him these weird, questions that had very little actual meaning, and he would give even a weirder answer, and the Gemara keeps going. Like, what was the question? What was the answer? What's going on? But it's left open to interpretation completely, even in the Gemara. The Gemara doesn't even go to explain what it means. That this one says this meant this, that it just records them and literally leaves it to Rabbeinu. Yeah, like those. So these are very fascinating. The last 4 Torahs, I believe, were based on these questions and answers. So he's going into the next one. They asked him, "Hi Gavra the Azal boy itza v'loy kayavlei." A guy goes and talks to a shadchan and says, "Hey, I'd like to marry that girl." And he goes, "Well, and the shadchan says, that girl, she's way out of your league. She ain't for you."
My girl.
So he goes, "You know what? Then give me something 10 times better."
Of course.
My chazid the Azal lahechad the midlimine. Why would he go, this guy that they didn't give him, the one on the lower level, why would he go try to get the one even better than that?
I'm on a new level.
Democrat.
I'm on a new level.
So that was the question. To Rabbi Yeshua ben Hanania. Rabbi Yeshua ben Hanania, shikel sekachsa, he picked up like a spike, datza lasata la'o. He tried to put it in the bottom of the wall, tried to stick this peg into the bottom of the wall, it didn't go. Dali datza la'elad al. He picked up his hand and he put it into the top of the wall, and there was a hole there and it went in. Amar, hainami misramina le bas mazale. This one also was going for his bas mazel. That's the question. Why would he go for something higher if he was rejected on the lower level? And the answer was, look, sometimes I try to put something in on the bottom, but there's nothing to be makabelit. But really up on top, there is the place where it'll fit.
Sometimes you need a-
And that was the answer
That's the answer to all my problems.
Sometimes you need that pause or read that original pause.
sometimes you just have to climb up.
Let's
Even if
see.
you get sick.
Let's see. It's open to interpretation. Everybody go and trip on this.
Yeah, we all figured it out.
Go, literally.
Ben, you figured it out already.
Exactly. Go trip on this.
We
And
figured
by
it
the
out.
way, it's fantastic to take just this concept and chazer in your mind. The question, because remember, this is Gemara, this is Torah Shabbal Peh, this is Shakla V'Tarya, this is learning like learning any other Abaya V'Rava. It's in Gemara. So remember, it's regular Gemara that we're learning. Don't think that if I'm not learning like this, Abaya V'Rava, I'm not learning about this is a shtickle Gemara. It's in Gemara B'Chayres, Tav Ches Amid Beis. So you're learning.
Wait, everything that he says that he starts with is a piece of
We're
Gemara?
learning a memra Brisa. This is starting. This is an actual Gemara that he quoted.
It's an idea that never brings down, but never brings
But remember, when you're thinking about this during the day, in the middle of
That's
the
what everything
day,
is starting in this book.
when somebody rejects you in the middle of your day, and you think about it in the middle of the day, and you say to yourself, "Oh, this reminds me of that Gemara we learned this morning." And let me think about that Gemara. What was the story? The Saba de Beituna asked Reb Shua bar Hanania, why would a guy that was rejected by a woman less than him go for a woman over
The
him?
story specifically is a woman?
This is how it's asked, yeah.
It's with a woman.
Yeah. And the answer was that he took a peg and he tried to put it in the bottom and he went and it didn't go and he put it in. And you think that story in your head. You just thought Gemara, you just learned Gemara, you just were tapped into Torah in the middle of your day by somebody rejecting you on a phone call. You understand? You're tying everything into the entire day. And that's the beauty. You're tapped into
I
Torah.
don't see the beauty in that. I mean, say what?
What's the mile of your mind? Our mind can only hold one thing at a time. At all times, our mind can only hold one thing. We can't think about two things at the same time. We get to control our mind at all times.
If you don't take nothing out from it, what is just learning?
So let's understand what this is. But A, just learning is connecting to Ein Sof. When you take your mind, and you say, I'm thinking about a Gemara now, and I'm connecting to the words of Reb Shua bar Hanania, you're connecting your consciousness, you're plugging it into the CIA, to the Central Intelligence. V'chai yoylam nata b'seichenu means everything is in the Torah. Our whole life is nata b'seichenu, is in the Torah. So if something's going on in our lives and you take your mind, that one, and control it and connect it and plug it into Torah, at that moment you're getting charged on the highest level.
That's only if you believe in the CIA or Torah.
That the Torah is the Central Intelligence. That histakel ba'araisu bara alma. That he looked into the Torah and everything is created through the Torah. And we're going to get into
Because
it
he
now.
saw it. That's
now
what I'm
let's get
saying.
into it. And I just heard literally yesterday from this guy Pavlovsky. What's his first name? Ephraim. Ephraim Pavlovsky. Very fascinating. A Yid that came from the former Soviet Union, Russian. Came not religious. He became religious at 13, 14 years old. Went through multiple, science degrees. Very, very, very educated. And he gives a lot of classes on YouTube. It started in COVID. He has over 3 million viewers.
Wow.
Yeah, like tremendous. And he explained Kabbalah yesterday. He says, Kabbalah by definition means receiver. We are receiving. What does receiving mean? He goes, right now, if you would take a radio and put it on the table, you'd be able to tune into one radio station and you'd hear music that's playing. Then you turn the receiver, and that piece is actually in every, Avidan, what's that piece called? A receiver, correct? It's called a receiver. The piece that tunes into different things. Meaning all those music is playing in the room at this moment. It's all here. You have to have the receiver to receive.
And then you need to amplify it.
And then you need the amplifier to actually hear it loud, played in a way. But you first need the receiver to receive the
Messages.
frequency.
What's already there?
What's already there. He's not pulling a new thing. Meaning it's all being pumped out of an antenna somewhere, wherever. The radio antennas. It's all here. All the music's playing at the same time right here. We don't hear it.
YouTube music also.
YouTube music, however that works, correct. However that, I was thinking about that for a second. How that concept also, that every single YouTube thing is playing here at the same time also, in a way. But just think radio waves, because that's simpler to understand for a moment, a drop. But we understand that you need a receiver to pick up the vibrations of the energy that's flowing in sound waves. Then that's just sound, right? Then you have TV with the big ear antennas. You remember?
Forget about fax machines.
What's that?
Don't even go to fax
There's also
machines.
color coming in. There's also picture coming in, being broadcast.
And you can tune
And
it
it's-
also to different.
And you can turn
channels.
and guess what? I can put a radio on that's doing this sound and a TV that's doing another sound in the same room. And I can put 3 different radios tuning into 3 different stations at the same time in the same room. And you'll hear that they're all playing in the room at the same time. It's just which receiver I'm turning on. So we understand as human beings that there's tons of stuff, there's picture and sound happening around us that we just need the receivers to display for us. Right? So Kabbalah is understanding there's a lot going on around you.
Wow.
And it's about being a receiver and
What's already
what's already
It's not you
happening.
trying to create something.
You're
new,
not
trying to
creating,
put
you're not
something-
drawing, you're not this, you're not that.
It's here.
It's here.
Yes.
You are
Receiver
becoming the receiver.
We're the amplifier.
You become the receiver. It's not a knowledge.
When do we do that?
No, you are.
When are we able to?
And that the
Make
Torah is going to
No, we are a receiver.
When you
and
can
then
tap
the goal
into
is to-
everything in life and
We
connect it
are a
to
receiver. We are a receiver no matter what. The goal is to amplify.
Right. So how Moshe Rabbeinu was able to be the greatest person
when you're not a yesh.
when he
when
was
you're
the
the
most
Anav.
humble and the most sensitive.
What's the
To all your
A
surroundings.
somebody.
when you're not a somebody?
When you're not a somebody.
We're able to have a cars that told
And
you the water
Shamia.
and the second.
So-
That's
And
being
Shamia.
able to pick up on all the things around you. That
Man,
you
knows
are
Okay,
real.
let's go into this.
I'm a somebody.
You're able to then pick up on these frequencies, on these minute essences of everything in life. And you can have a cars that told.
So the Rebbe started this Torah, and it's very interesting because it says here very interesting.
Let's try to get at least one paragraph.
By the way, in Eretz Yisrael, I brought along my white pants. My kids didn't let me wear them in Yerushalayim.
I'm so sorry, Zish.
But this Torah it says, but over here it
Are
says.
they white or beige?
But
White.
White.
No, I think they're probably jeans.
No. They better be at
Probably
least
jean
cotton.
But it
pants.
says here
I hope they're not
something I have to find weird that the Rebbe started wearing white pants right before he started saying this Torah is when he started getting dressed all in white. And the Rebbe starts this Torah, Hi Gavra the Azal Ba'ai Itzisa B'Laika Yavlei. He started with the words repeating the words of the Sabbath Beituna. This guy that goes and for a woman and they don't give it to him. Kiloi kol diber nikra diber. Not every time that somebody says something in Divrei Torah is it called a diber. Ki diber she'ena nishma v'niskabel ena nikra diber. Something that's said, but there's no receiver for it, it's not considered said. If a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody there to hear it, does it make a sound? The answer here is no. Because if there's no clay kibble to hear it, if there's no receiver to hear it, it doesn't make a sound. The same way all the radio stations that are playing right here are not making a sound because there's no receiver to hear it. The same way if a tree falls in the forest, it doesn't make a sound
Tune in
if
to
there's no
880.
receiver to hear it. If there's no receiver to hear it, then it doesn't make a sound. The same way the same right now, all the radio stations that are pumping
I like it, 'cause it
radio
says
waves here
Nishma
are not
v'niskabel.
making noise, right?
To you.
When your wife says
Until
she
you
didn't say
get a
that.
receiver. Correct.
Scotland.
If there's a receiver.
No, but he says here that
Picks
the
it up.
function of a dibber is the definition that there's a receiver.
That there's a receiver like everything else.
God's
It's not a diva.
But when
It's
God
not a
spoke to
diva.
the world before
What's that?
humankind,
You know, we always say it's like being Moitzizel Avatala. If you're going to try to explain to somebody something,
I'm thinking
and
of
they're
my
not going to be
thoughts.
able to accept what you're telling them,
Wasting
you're
energy.
just wasting your seed. You're just
Right.
wasting
What
your
about
energy.
what about thoughts? If I think something,
Also,
Yeah,
also, you could do it.
What, that what? What do you do with your thoughts?
because they're my, I don't know if it's positive or negative, but
The only way, the only time Diva,
no one else
and we've
hears your
all seen
thoughts. Is it
rabbis give
considered that you're
amazing
thinking this
speeches.
if you don't say it?
I've
Meaning
lived
like you
with
think of
rabbis
something
for
bad for
50
yourself, you know,
years.
just because you're thinking about it doesn't mean that's you. Very important.
Yeah, that could be just a part.
Exactly.
Just a part.
Guys,
Let's
small size.
Trying to focus on one paragraph.
Another shit over there. Over there we have one.
Chaim, we're trying to finish. Chaim, we're trying to finish.
The same exact line in prayer.
Ki kol diber, ki loy kol diber nikra diber. Not every word is called a word. Dibur. Ki diber
Word,
she'ein
word.
nishma ben iskabel ein nikra diber. We've all seen rabbis give beautiful, beautiful drashas, and people walk out, wow, great speech, but you don't see people coming in with the most beautiful tzitzis, and people coming in with the most beautiful yarmulkes. It's just because you don't see change in people with the most beautiful speeches, because it never went into the heart. A brain, oh beautiful, oh alta drusha. Hello, thousands of people love this speech, but it does nothing for people. You can watch it for years and years and years. Even the big Magidim that tell the best stories and they touch you. But if it's not going into your heart, then it's not called a zibur. Bebechenes, ein oimer ve'ein dvarim. There's no words coming out. Beli nishma koilam.
That's supposed to.
There's a pasuk in Tehillim. There's no words, there's nobody speaking, there's no when you don't hear it. What a way to touch the pasuk.
Interesting.
Ein oimer ve'ein dvarim. Beli nishma koilam. There's nothing. The ikar mashan is kabbalah dibber. The whole idea is how it's received. More than what's said is how it's received. The ikar of a dibber is not what you say.
No, but he
It's-
says like, what is a dibber that is received? Yimachmas a
Umachmas hatoiv sheyesh boi. In the dibber of a tzaddik, there's good. Ki toiv hakol chafetzim. Everybody wants good. Va'al kein, kisheyesh toiv ba'dibber. When you're talking positive, when you're talking toiv,
So I
you're
didn't
talking
like what
good.
Bernie was saying.
Azai had dibber nishma v'niskabo. But if you're coming with a negative attitude that Bernie Nebuch has to shed for 4 generations,
He's not here.
it's
he's
okay,
gonna
but
listen.
it's
He's
on
gonna
here.
catch
It's
on.
okay. No, he's saying it. No, Bernie's beautiful
Yeah.
way of saying it is, if there's much less intermarriage in Eretz Yisrael. And the fact of the matter is, on a crazy level, even than fry, there is intermarriage, but on a much less level.
But
Meaning,
percentage-wise, there's also
if
percentage-wise,
there are
there's
people that
not
eat-
as many Gentiles.
eh,
It's a percentage thing. It's a percentage thing.
He's saying Eretz Yisrael gives these people the security blanket that they can find Hashem in their own way without going through their past traumas and not going off the cliff completely, even though it looks like it.
Typisch British.
Azai hadibur v'nishma v'niskabel. Aval k'she'ein toiv b'hadibur. When there's no positive energy coming through in the dibur, ain't in niskabel. It doesn't go in. So it could sound like an amazing drasha, and it could sound like, wow, guys, spoke beautiful, and even beat everybody up a little bit, but it doesn't go in. Ve'eich oisen ha'toiv b'hadibur. And what does it mean to put good, toiv? How do you dress up your dibur with toiv? Hu al yedei shaloichen adibur me'adas. When you're drawing,
Life hack.
Exactly. When you draw down
That'd be a good app. Rabbi
your
Nachman's life hacks.
speech, there is. It's called Likutei Eitzos. And literally, they took all of these things and they compiled it as eitzes. They pulled it all out and
great.
just called it life hacks. They could take eitzes.
Okay.
Who are you? So like Hadas.
It's only my mind now. But this is a good name. I'm looking for a name. Can I steal it?
Azai.
But I have to get royalties.
It's not a money thing.
Avokashe diba
Everything's a money.
beloidas. Azai ein baitar. The begin is gam beloidas nefesh loitoiv. Nefesh hua. Diba kamashukas v'yadam le nefesh chayiv. Dagam le ruch b'malala. What does das mean? What does das mean?
No.
Like Reb Shia.
I know.
Like Reb Shia would say
I
all
know.
the time.
Da.
Who's the boss?
Who's the mellow?
Who's the man? Who's in charge? What's going on? Am I in charge or is Hashem in charge?
Is the sandwich in
Building
charge
up
or is
what
it
the
me?
Shia would call building up the Malchus. We have to build up the Malchus in ourselves, and the more we build up the Malchus in ourselves, and the Dibur, and I'm connecting it to the CIA, I'm plugging it into the middle of my learning in my day. When I think about this, middle of my day, I'm connecting my Dibur to my Das. And the Das means I'm connected to the everything. I'm connected to the Ein Sof. I'm connected to Torah. I'm connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem's in charge. I'm not in charge. Das means that connection of drawing down Das is my plug-in to Hashem. This is, what's my mouth? Who's in charge?
When we say Hashem says that different.
No, Ben.
Right? Push one answer. Right? So open the mouth and say the right words. Right? Same thing. Why don't we start davening off like that?
Ufia yiti.
Why would now, at the end, but when I say we say Hashem, open my mouth and say the right words. Why don't in the beginning davening?
Ufia yiti.
Right?
So
I mean,
it's
Hashem
real-
is not the Makabal. Hashem's not listening to our feelings. I'm going to listen, but we need Hashem to listen to our feelings.
Okay, we're going on a tangent.
The interesting point that he's saying is that
In order to-
listen to the best
Words,
salesperson
speaking,
to
it's
sell
open
it.
up the speaking.
If there's
But the word
type in the
is Makabal.
Dibur, it's gonna
be accepted.
Permeate.
And what does Taiva the Dibur mean? That you connect, that it's drawn from Das. Means it's drawn directly.
Yeah.
Let's keep
Unpack
going.
that.
Let's
Unpack
keep
that.
going.
What does it
Let's
mean
keep-
drawn
yeah.
directly?
Here goes.
Space.
Ula hakim ula mesadas, and how do you uplift the das? To draw down your diburim through das, so that the diburim are diburim because the neskabo who al yedei shavach hatzadikim keshameshapchen umafal nas hatzadikim al yedei zen nisraim madas. When you praise tzaddikim and you talk about how heilig this guy is and how amazing this tzaddik is, and you talk and you uplift the idea of a tzaddik in the world, and that we could call people tzaddikim.
Every evening is a tzaddik?
Every Eid is a tzaddik, but you build up the tzaddik in every Eid. Look how heilig he is. Look
My
how
uncle
amazing
Shmulik
he is.
so chashuv, he goes to Vasikim for 4 years.
4 years.
For 4 years, Chiddush.
100% tzaddik.
Tzaddik.
When you talk about the tzaddik in each person, when you talk about the real tzaddikim in the dirt, the more you want it, the more you uplift that is Nisraimim the Das. The begin is Kanesha Yair Kinai, like the eagle that spreads its wings, Nishra Darucha. The Nishra, the wings are the Ruach. Da begin is tzaddik, begin is Ish Asher Ruach Bai. He's saying when you raise up the wings, and you talk about the luach, which is the tzaddik, like it says, Isha sheruach boy, Ya'ir kinai. At that point, Shehuma oired hamoichen. It will awaken your moichen, mitar demusan, from their sleep. You'll start being able to vibrate at a much higher frequency. We know that the lower frequencies, that right, and the right. From the Tardema, which is the low, we begin is Moichen the Katnas, we begin is Shena. When we're in a Moichen the Katnas, what elevates life hack? The best life hack right here. How do you get yourself out of Moichen the Katnas? See the tzaddik in everybody. Talk about the tzaddik in everybody. Talk about tzaddikim in the world. That will open your mind to see the greatness and things and get you
Easiness,
out.
the
Where,
good.
you know, people in Ma'achen the Katnas will see the negative in every single guy and find, oh, I don't like this guy because you saw what he said to yesterday. You saw that, I don't know, picture this.
Chiddush.
You need this. You know, you need that. whatever it is, we're gonna, when we're making the Katniss, we'll always find the negative.
But it's both ways. This is not in the cup.
Yes. Yes, correct,
Exactly,
correct. Very
exactly.
good.
And that's how you draw down into making the
It's
Katniss.
Directly
Talk about
intertwined.
it.
Is Meichel de
100%.
Katniss
And when you
literally
talk
translated
about
little
the
brain?
tzaddik, the more you talk about the tzaddik,
yeah,
the
I
more
guess. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the Katniss is, I think, more like blocked, maybe. I don't know. Godless doesn't mean big brain. It means that you're living, that you're, I think more that you're able to think in a larger
Okay, I gotta
picture.
go today, but we're going. No, tomorrow we're gonna go into Malachim also.
Awesome.
Need
That was
to
good.
have their koil heard in order for it to be a koil.
Oh, sure.
Fascinating.